Hi beauties, welcome to Lady Lay Tarot. In today's reading, we're going to take a look at why are you still stuck on this person? Or why do you love or want someone who doesn't really want you? So we're going to take a look at what's been keeping you stuck and also at what Spirit is advising you to do to get through this hurdle and finally not be stuck on this person. So we have 3 piles with us today. The first pile is the one with the pictures of the birds, the seagulls, I believe. The second pile is the picture of this house-looking structure with penguins nearby. And the third pile is this, I believe, seal among rocks. Let me make a close-up. Okay, so please take a moment or two to select your pile. See which one you feel is calling out to you. If you're having trouble selecting which pile you feel is most calling out to you, you can try rolling the dice 10 to 15 times and asking your spirit guides for advice on whether you should pick 1, 2, or 3. So see which number comes out the most often. So without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hi, Pal 1. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to these Antarctic seagulls or birds. And seagulls represent change, like change in tides, independence, freedom. And in this particular depiction, one of the things that I'm seeing is maybe a sort of betrayal or conflict or chaos. Notice how these two birds seem to be at their wits' end with each other. So they're not in agreement about something. So one of the reasons that you may be stuck on this person who seemingly does not want you is because you grew up around chaos is one of the messages I'm getting, or yeah, you're not getting what you want and it's like this chaos and you don't know how to pick apart the facts from the feelings, That's the message I'm getting with this. But let's see which card also fell out for you as I was shuffling. Midas Miser. Okay. So interestingly, this makes sense with this picture. So it says hoarding the money and emotion, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why you may still be stuck on this person. We're going to get more cards. So it's as though this person has hoarded what you deserve, you feel like, right? And you're speaking up and you're tired of asking for what you really need. So you feel like they're maybe emotionally unavailable and you don't understand this and it's very frustrating. Notice how this person is like praying to God or asking for guidance, like, why not open it up? Why not share with me? So we're going to take a look at the root of this problem, like what's happened in your life that is making you cling to this person. And also on the right, we'll also get cards of advice from Spirit for what Spirit is asking you to do to let go of this person and to have a happy outcome. So this process of pile picking will be sped up, and then we'll get straight into the messages. So remember, on the left, we'll have cards for why you're still stuck on this person, why you want this person who doesn't want you. So you'll get insight into that situation. And also on the right, we'll have cards for what Spirit advises you to do in this situation to not be stuck, and so that you could actually be happy once and for all. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, pile one, your cards are ready. So we're going to take a look first at why you're still stuck on this person and why you want someone who doesn't fully want you. Okay, so we have slave here, 3 of cups, okay, 7 of swords, justice, discovery, wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, okay, 3 of cups. All right, we have the star, playfulness, grapes, time to go out and have fun, bluff, criticism, dog barking, advice from a friend, and freedom. Wow. Freedom. So pile one, okay, I see several different messages for why you're still stuck on this person. So what is really significant here and synchronistic, first off, is that we have these birds seemingly in chaos and conflict here. And we get, and as we said, seagulls represent freedom, change. And that is the last card that we have here, the freedom card. So that is very synchronistic, and it's showing me that with the playfulness and the freedom card, that this is someone that made you feel playful and that you could like change things in your life that were feeling stuck personally, because we have indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So maybe at that time or at this time, you feel like you're stuck and this person offers something exciting, as we see with these 2 cards over there, and they represent freedom and that you're not restricted in some way. So they could be someone that you see as being very different from you, or that they can bring something to the table that you feel like you lack, or a different world, different type of world. Like they basically incited your vision of a perfect future with the star card here as well. Like with this person, you could daydream being a power couple is what I'm seeing, particularly with these 3 cards. And yeah, with this discovery Sagittarius card, like they feel exciting, and that you're like at the dawn of a new era where even, I mean, I even see that you may want to like start a business with this person and like be this power couple, like Jay-Z and Beyonce type of energy is what I'm getting here. So that person kind of incited or inspired you in that way. And it doesn't mean that they would be good for that kind of function. It's just something in them, maybe astrologically. If certain planets of yours and their synastry wise are conjunct, like Uranus and Moon, let's say your Moon and his Uranus are conjunct, this kind of energy can happen where you feel as though they understand you on a deeper level and they offer excitement and adventure to you. So with this slave card as well, what I'm seeing with the 7 of Swords and the slave card, one of the first messages I'm getting is like you're used to being mistreated. And this is a card of deception, right? The 7 of Swords. So you figure, well, okay, no one's perfect. And every relationship has its ups and downs and quabbles. Maybe this is something that you even had in your family, for example, or you have drama with your friends too. So you don't take this as like as much of a red flag as a person who has done their inner work would take it, right? So you're like, okay, this person is mean to me or outright rude with this dog barking. But with the bluff here, just like the message says, what I see is that you think, well, okay, this is just a temporary thing, and you're kind of covering your eyes and ears to this. And you're saying, well, no one is perfect. Of course, this person might be cheating on me. They might have hurt me and been insulting. But, you still have this hope that they'll bring you justice once they see your commitment and how nice you were to them. So that is the wrong way of thinking through things, because it looks to me like you're used to drama, either because of your family or because of like the drama that your friends bring into your life. So you think, okay, that's a hurdle we can overcome. And the most important thing is the attraction here. You see with the lust card. Yeah. So you're kind of undermining how important it is to be drama free here, because it looks to me like you're somehow used to the drama or not having an easy go of people withholding their affections from you. This could also be a cyclical thing, as the download that I'm getting. Like, this is not the first person who has deceived you, been hurtful, and denigrating you and talking shit, talking smack about you. So you figure it's not as much of a red flag as others would. You see with the criticism card too, like you're so used to this. And you think that with time it can be fixed, and you're waiting for your justice. See with the hope, the star card here. Waiting for the justice for this person to finally let down their guard and apologize and say, I was defensive, but now I'm bringing you the justice. You've earned my trust. Okay. So with these three cards, also what I want to say, Three of Cups, time to go out and have fun, the grapes, and criticism. It's almost as though you feel guilty for wanting things to be beautiful, shiny, and also monetarily. Like, for some of you here, what I see is that you're afraid of luxury or living the high life. So you don't feel like you deserve someone who is a high value man / woman. See, you criticizing yourself here with all that abundance. You feel embarrassed or ashamed of wanting all this beauty, of all this glory, and being financially sound also. So that's what I'm seeing in these cards. And with the Three of Cups, it could also be that though you have friends, you like hanging out, you feel guilty about being someone who is very friendly with people. So you feel that this person may have a good point because you have a lot of people around you. And so this person might feel like you're spreading your energy too much and you're not focusing on this person as much as you should be focusing. And so there's this feeling of shame here that, I'm focusing on having fun, and my mind is on my friends and my family here as well. So maybe this person had a point or has a point because I didn't really bring it. I didn't really put all my attention on this person, is what I'm seeing with this. So somehow you feel like you're to blame, either, like I said, for wanting someone who has the whole package, this abundance, like money, riches, like you don't think you deserve that. And or also that you have a lot of friends or you listen to your family and that maybe you're not relationship material. So you're not worth it because you should focus more on this person. And a partnership requires most of your focus instead of, trying to be everything to everyone. But this is also the wrong way of thinking, of course, because just the way you are is enough for the person who loves you. And they would mesh well with your energy. Like you wouldn't have to dim your light with your friends or pull back from your family, right? For you to love this person right. If they're the right fit, they would appreciate your like girl time, for example, or spending time with your family. But yeah, I see you criticizing yourself, thinking maybe they had a point, like I was too scatterbrained and I didn't focus enough on this person. Yeah, so those are the kinds of things I'm seeing. And also, I want to get a clarifier for the slave card. Yeah, also with this, like I said, it's like you're afraid of money and wanting quality. You think your standards may be too high, even though that's not true. So you feel like you deserve to be criticized because you're shooting for the stars and maybe your standards are too high. So that's part of the reason why you're also stuck on this person, because they make you feel ashamed for wanting that whole package and having fun and everything that you need. Yeah, with that freedom card, that's what I see here as well. Like you wanting your freedom and not to just be codependent with this person, you feel like that also undermined this relationship and what allowed it to fail. And so you feel guilty about that. Like maybe I'm too freedom loving, like the Sagittarius energy that I keep on seeing here, or this Gemini energy. Yeah, we have Gemini here and Virgo and Aries to Sagittarius. Yeah. So as though you feel guilty for being the way that you are, being this person that needs stimulation, that needs friends, that needs a social life, that needs money and to dress well, like to take time out for yourself, to have fun. So let me get a clarifier for the slave card. Spirit, what are you trying to tell us with that card? Okay, so 2 cards came out. So we have the gavel and we have the flag. Okay, and interestingly, it says, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Okay. So with this card, I'm seeing like you made a judgment about yourself and you have lowered your standards for this person in question. Like you've become a slave to his preferences and you've had to lower your light, dim your light, is what I'm seeing in particular for this person. And you feel like you were too critical. We have these 2 cards of criticism here. So one of the things that make you stuck on this person, you think maybe you were the one to blame and you're criticizing yourself more than this person, thinking of what you did wrong in the situation. And like I said here with the discovery and the wheel, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I literally see you stuck here, like you can't move on, and you thinking about this person makes you feel even more guilty and more crazy about yourself. So it kind of reinforces the chaos that you have. And that's one of the reasons you're still stuck on it too, because you play these thoughts over and over in your brain like a loop. But I want to get another clarifier for that card, please. Spirit, can I get 1 card for the wheel clarifier, please? Thank you. Okay, convention. Yeah, that's what we're seeing with this too. Like you're stuck in this rut. So maybe this person also spelled excitement for you. Like I said, I saw that you saw a vision with this person of a different type of future, of one that is more fun, more chaotic. And the way that you've been living your life, it looks like you need some sort of excitement, some discovery. You need to get out there, and this person presents something that is out of the convention, out of the norm for you. So you were stuck in a rut, it looks like. And this person seemed to offer adventure and fun, a new opportunity to do things, and also be careful of like loving drama in a way. Just because there is some fighting or disagreement, and that may kind of like look like passion to you because of the intensity. Actually, you don't need that type of drama to have a passionate connection. So that's what I see here as well. Like you could be addicted kind of to struggle because of your past relationships. So that's a red flag. Being a slave to love, right? You accept squabbling, disagreements, arguments as the norm. So let's take a look at what Spirit is advising you to do. And we're also going to take a look at the messages. So we're going to take a look at some messages also. What Spirit wants to tell you, any quotes that Spirit wants to share, and also what is Spirit's advice on this situation. What would help you out to not be stuck on this person or to not hurt anymore. So we have Tiger, doing something tricky, taking a chance, exaltation, secrets, 5 of Cups, Beggar, acceptance, 7 of Wands, a period of ill health or depression. Okay. And Queen of Swords. Okay, let me also get a clarifier for that beggar and acceptance card. Okay. Opportunities are waiting for you. Okay. And a message from Spirit. Okay, 3 cards came out, and we'll keep these here. All right, pile 1. So the messages that Spirit is trying to relay to you about the situation are very clear. First off, we have the Secrets card, Scorpio card with the Tiger. So one of the very first messages that I'm seeing is that Spirit is advising you not to check up on this person, not to lurk on their social media, because it looks to me with this card, the Fly, period of ill health, depression, that every time you lurk, notice how this fly is like looking at this message, you feel depressed, period of ill health, depression. So you have to stop like wondering about a predator or checking up on them. Keep it secret. And I know it may be hard, but think of all the other things that you have going for you. For some of you, the specific message may be like you need to draw or you need to focus on beauty. It's also what I'm seeing here, like some sort of hobby where you draw things or you design things. It could be coding for some of you here, like taking on passion projects, cooking, adopting pets, or doing music. I see for some of you, something that's going to build your confidence. But whatever you need to do to not lurk in this person's social media accounts, trying to find what they're up to, because the tiger is like a sneaky energy, and it says doing something sneaky, risky, taking a chance. So every time you do that, you get depressed, and Spirit is telling you, watch out for that. Don't do that. Try to refrain from that and keep yourself busy with arts and crafts, art and design, or a pet that you have, or for some of you, like music hobby here as well. Whatever you need to do to not lurk, to look the other way. So the other message that I'm seeing with the Queen of Swords, that's like a very cutthroat, direct energy and the exaltation. Spirit is telling you to not be in that slave energy that you had previously, like, you know, very nice, very sweet, very amenable. Yeah. Don't be like that. Put up a front, put up a wall. And I'm also seeing like glowing up physically, how you dress, or some sort of like makeup, whatever you need to do to put on your armor, so to speak. So it's not disingenuous. Whatever is going to make you feel like the boss that you are, right? So for some of you, makeup may not be necessary to do that, but I would say for many people, whatever you put on or whatever clothes you put on, whatever you do with your hair does affect your mood and does help with your confidence. The exaltation card here, they have the Taurus energy. You know, Taurus energy is getting dressed, looking nice, paying attention to your exterior. And that's what I'm seeing here, your presentation. Because something about the slave card also is like you haven't been taking care of yourself. So you need to do more. You need to do more to take care of yourself and have this kind of like cutthroat energy, direct energy where someone would be afraid to cross you. And, you know, dress beautifully is what I'm saying. So another thing with the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. So this card of regret, like you've lost something and that you're suffering, needs to be replaced by some of you with meditation. You see how these wands are trying to attack this person, but she has centered herself and she's not paying attention to all these problematic people or problematic swords, wands that are facing her. So you need to find some sort of spirituality practice, some sort of meditation or mindfulness practice every day so that you could center yourself. It could be like aphorisms for some of you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an hour-long thing. It could be 10 minutes out of the day. Yeah, so you need to, instead of focusing on how sad this makes you and how you regret what you did or feel ashamed, you need to center yourself and face away from this person's negative energy or the messages that you think that they were trying to convey to you through their actions, through their terrible actions. Okay, and the other messages I'm seeing says acceptance, and we have the beggar. And notice how her eyes are closed. So it says dependence on others to the exclusion of effort, and confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, wakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So you have to accept that this thing is over, that you've been through the thick of things, that you had this horrible, terrible experience that really hurt your heart. And yeah, it was yucky. Maybe even remembering it makes you feel more ashamed. Like you're really ashamed of what you did or didn't do. I see that with this card too. Like notice how both women are cupping their eyes. But notice how in this card, we have the Starry Night, and she's facing forward, and in her eyes, you can see some sadness, but she's accepted herself, flaws and all. And she's not refusing to look at herself in the mirror. I mean, nobody is perfect. So I don't know why you hold yourself to such a high standard. It's okay to notice that you had flaws, that maybe things weren't perfect, or that maybe you made a fool of yourself, a spectacle of yourself by falling for that person. But you need to accept it, and it happens to the best of us. And it says door opportunities are waiting for you. So look ahead to what opportunities are waiting for you. Stop being stuck on this person and really try to open these doors. Wake up and smell the coffee. Notice that coffee over there. So try to open these doors and see what other opportunities are lying in front of you. I want to get a clarifier for that as well. So what opportunities are lying in front of pile one, please, Spirit? Okay, so we got this card out. Okay, beauty. Wow, the Taurus energy is again. So this is like that card that we saw earlier with the Three of Cups. The door to opportunities, what I see is, yeah, it could be that you need to do something that puts you at center stage. So don't be afraid to shine. And also, yeah, like glowing up. I see this energy here again. Glowing up, going out and having fun, because this does look like the friendship card to me. Going out there more, not retreating into yourself, but getting out there more and hanging out with people like your friends who make you feel good and where you could be seen. That's the door to opportunities. That's what Spirit is urging you to do. Go out and have fun more, especially with people or different groups. Not necessarily alone, because I see a lot of alone cards here. You will be doing the self-reflection and the mindfulness exercise or the meditation. But from these cards, what I gather is you've been too stuck in your head. So in this particular pile, what I'm seeing is like Spirit is urging you to hang out with other people and to stop being withdrawn and sad, being kind of like self-obsessed, but not in a negative way. What I mean is, you know, it's as though you've been so private and so ashamed and hurt by this that you've retreated into yourself. You haven't shared this, or you haven't gone out of yourself yet. You didn't go out much. You stayed indoors. So what I'm seeing, particularly Spirit is telling you, you have to go out there more, and you have to be more proactive with other people, and take care of how you dress. So Spirit, we got these three cards out, so I want to see which one is coming out first. We have casting a stone creates many ripples. Happiness is overrated, try peace. And the last message is ode to my family. Okay, so these are cards that I made on my own from various phrases, sayings. Okay, and yeah, they were made a while back. April plus of nothing. So casting a stone creates many ripples. First off, I'm getting that with this card as well. Like even going out there, taking a step forward, just going to one function will get you out of that rut, right? So you don't have to start big. You could start small. And you know how when you throw a stone in the pond, it creates many ripples, and then you're able to do the second level, the third level, the fourth level. So see this as like a graduated effort. You don't have to rush into things if you're considering dating, for example. And happiness is overrated, try peace. Beautifully said. So a lot of us, we may hear that, you know, what is the most important thing in life is to focus on finding happiness. But making happiness rather than peace a central focus is not the way to go. Basically, what it's trying to say is that peace of mind and not having this clutter in your mind. so with the Seven of Wands, is what's really important. Because happiness can be fleeting, it can go up and down. But when you're peaceful and you feel like you're centered, external factors won't affect you as much. So even when you have bad things happen to you and you're not particularly happy, you don't feel in despair, like this Five of Cups. So try peace, try mindfulness exercises and meditation. Okay. And Ode to Family, this is like from a song of the Cranberries. So in that song, what I'm getting is like, this may have been the dynamic in your family in particular, because there's a line there like, my father, oh, he likes me, does anyone care? Okay, so you may want to check out the lyrics to this song. And what I'm seeing is that this drama may have started from your childhood, like you saw your parents arguing and you thought it was the norm, or you do have problems with your parents or siblings here, and you see this kind of like fighting energy to be the norm, to not have someone sharing their emotions completely with you. You may think that that's the norm, and that can be fixed with time and energy on your part. But yeah, that's the sign that I'm getting with this particular card. But Spirit is urging you to understand how toxic that pattern is. And just because you had it as a child and that's what the dynamic you've seen in your family doesn't mean that that is normal and that is acceptable. And that you should be okay with that pattern in your adult life. So you need to fix that up. And you could go to a psychologist slash psychiatrist if need be, if mindfulness and meditation are not enough, or listen to podcasts too, because this like addiction to drama, not that you're addicted to drama, don't get me wrong, but I mean this tolerance for drama in your life, it looks to me like it has its root in your childhood also. So yeah, that's a very clear sign. All right, Pawan. So this is your reading. I hope that you liked it, and if it resonated with you, I would appreciate a like and subscribe, and take care of yourself. Stay blessed. Bye. Have a great day. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to this picture of this shelter or house in Antarctica with the penguins and the waters behind. So with this picture, what I'm getting is that partially one of the reasons you can't let go of this person maybe is because this person felt like home to you, or like a shelter from the storm. And with the penguin imagery, penguins mate for life. So it could be that you really wanted a soulmate, and this person to you fit the bill of someone coming close to that type of idea. And that's why it's really hard for you to let go. And let's see which card flew out for your reading. Damsel. And it says, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself or shadow attribute, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. Okay, so actually these two are quite related in that, the damsel is like really romantic and vulnerable, believes in romance, right? But here with the damsel, it's very hard for you to understand the nature of a healthy romance. And yeah, I kind of see like codependency vibes here as well. So it says waiting for a knight to provide for you. Yeah, like my knight in shining armor, how like penguins mate for life. So with this card, like I'm getting kind of a codependent vibe, where you're soft, romantic, vulnerable. So this is one of the reasons also that this person's betrayal or not wanting you as you want them hurts you, cuts so deep, because you're romantic at heart and you really thought this person was like going to be your knight in shining armor, protector, the yin to your yang, and so forth. So we're going to get some cards to see what else is coming through, because those are the initial messages. On the left here, we'll have cards for why it's very hard for you to get over this person, why you're still stuck on this person, and like the reasons for that, so that you finally get down to the core of the issue. And also on the right hand side here, we'll have messages from Spirit on what Spirit wants you to do to help yourself in this situation and to like get over this person who doesn't want you. Okay, so let's take a look at what the cards have to say, pile 2. Okay, pile 2, your cards are ready. So we're going to take a look first at why you're still stuck on this person. Yeah. Okay, we have the Magician, the Fool, the 5 of Cups, Knight of Cups, okay. All right. Okay, letting go, renewal. Okay, we have fan, romance, celebration, party, Valley, child, orphan. Okay. Okay, order. Three of Pentacles. Excitement. Organization. The 6 of Cups. Growth. And the last card is criticism. So pile 2, the messages here are quite clear about why you're still stuck on this person, why you want this person who doesn't really want you. Okay. So let's start with first things first. Excitement, the fan, it says romance, celebration, party, and letting go. First off, what is very clear is that maybe before you got together with this person, you were feeling isolated and alone. Like it was a particularly challenging, isolated time for you. So try to think back on when you met this person. Like there was obviously something missing in your life because this person brought excitement, maybe even through drama. Like the way that they talked, since we have the Gemini card here, really inspired you and really made you feel like you're beautiful and that your passion is ignited. So you associate this person with having an exciting life and with not being isolated and alone is one of the messages. The other thing with the Knight of Cups, I'm getting very much like this person might have been rebellious, free-spirited. So where you feel like you can't speak up for yourself or you're shy around people, this person may be the type who's like, F it, let's just do this. So there's an element of surprise with this person. There's an element of like this person is ballsy, courageous, has things, has qualities which I lack, you know, with the Mongolian person depicted here, the eagle and the horse / donkey, mule. So this person felt rebellious, exciting to you. And it's something that you're not used to, I would say, based on the cards that we got here. So the other thing that I see for why you're still stuck on this person, yeah, is because you still believe that there's a possibility that this could be renewed. You see with the renewal card here and this girl touching the frog and the Fool. It's like you can't accept that it's over. You feel like it can start with effort from you. And from these cards as well, the Magician, the Organization, Order, and the 3 of Pentacles, you feel as though there's something you could do with this card of work collaboration to fix the situation with the organization and the order, and the Magician as well. Because maybe your life was chaotic since your childhood or from your younger years. And so you feel as though we make our own life, we make our own rules. And if something is not working out, it's because I haven't put enough effort in it. And you try to be responsible for yourself, and you don't want to really acknowledge the hand of fate, or that, the stars may not be aligned for you and this person, even astrologically. So you're like, no, this is within my hands. With the right effort, with the right moves, I can reattract this person or make them mine. Maybe it's this like control freak kind of tendency in you, sorry to say, since we have the Magician. You're the type of person who feels like, we are the masters of our own fate, and we can control what we get. So we can manifest this. While that is a beautiful trait in many respects, when it comes to a person's free will, unfortunately, there's some things beyond our depth, beyond our control. Like you could lead a horse to water and show them the water and tell them the merits of drinking that water, but ultimately it's the horse who will decide whether they're thirsty or they want that water or not. And there's only so much that you can do. But for some reason, you feel like, no, I should be able to do this with the right moves, with the right effort. There's something I'm not doing right. So I'm going to try to get this thing to work. So this kind of like bullheaded side of you as well, your stubborn streak, instead of letting go, I see you resisting it because you feel like it's in my hands. Maybe you feel like you did something to F it up, right? And one of the reasons that may be is because you have abandonment issues from your younger years, right? Which cause you to criticize yourself. And this card also, the Six of Cups, it's a card of like nostalgia, childhood, forgiveness. So it lets me know that this issue stems from your childhood, where you've had abandonment issues. You feel like no one understands you. And you had independence based on learning to go it alone. So you had to be this type of person who fixes things, right? Because things were so chaotic, beyond your control at that time in your life when you were young. For some of you, it could be like a parents' breakup, right? And with the criticism here, you feel as though I don't ever want to be in that position again where I'm abandoned. So if I'm abandoned now, it's because I haven't done enough work. I'm not doing it right. So I see you being very hard on yourself, even though with the growth card, this is reminding me of the Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles card. With the Valley, I see that you have achieved much, and it says deep personal strength and peace that assures success, and the growth here. But you still feel like a failure with the Five of Cups, and this stems from something that happened in your childhood particularly, or a specific relationship that really broke you. And you criticize yourself. We have several Virgo cards here, actually. We have Virgo, and Capricorn, but it's also giving me Virgo vibes here. Of you being very critical of yourself and saying that, I'm abandoned because of what I did wrong. I was left because of what I did wrong. So I have to fix my mistakes. I have to put it in order. And I think you're putting too much on yourself, because there is a role that fate plays. And, sometimes the stars are misaligned for us with certain people. Like I said, with the analogy of the horse to water, right? It depends on the breed of the horse. It depends on when you encounter the horse, who the horse is. So there are a lot of factors that go into play, and you can't control the situation to your liking. And it's not necessarily that you've made a mistake, right? So you have to acknowledge that the hands of fate have something to do with it, and that sometimes a person not feeling it for us doesn't have much to do with your effort or lack of effort, but more to do with how they're feeling in their life at that point in time, or what they find attractive for weird reasons, right? Sometimes we look at certain people and we're like, why would they choose that person? They could do better. Or Why would they feel attracted to that person? That person doesn't even have that much going for them, but I have more going for me, or for example. But it's just like a chemical thing or some sort of subconscious need within a person that makes them choose someone. So it's not so much about you as it is about that person doing the choosing and wanting someone that fills a certain void in their life, right? So, yeah, what I see here is like you're criticizing and you're focusing on your role in this too much. And you don't recognize like how successful you are. You don't feel good enough because of what happened to you as a child, like you having this abandonment issues. You don't even notice how pretty you are. You don't notice how successful you are, how far you've come along with the valley. And also, like we said, this person brought excitement into your life, and that rebellious spirit, they made you get out of your comfort zone also with the damsel, because it seems like you're someone who is not very direct with people because you don't want to be hurtful. See with the hearts here, like you're very compassionate, thoughtful, or romantic. And with this person, you found like they were your opposite in many ways, and they were that bold, exciting type of energy that you feel you needed to complete you. Okay, so we're also going to take a look at what cards Spirit is trying to convey, like what message Spirit is trying to give you, like in terms of advice and other things. And also we'll get some extra cards for, any quotes, any other further messages. Okay, so we're also going to use this to see which 3 quotes are coming through from here. Please, Spirit, tell us. Okay. All right, there we go. And let's see. What advice is Spirit trying to convey to you? Okay, we have the Hermit. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. Discovery. Justice. Exaltation. Queen of Swords. Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Ace of Cups. Appreciation. Change. Mystic. Basket. All right, recognition, reward for merit. Let's get one more card here because I do feel that it is missing. Okay, and we have the Empress card. Okay. So pile 2, there are several messages that Spirit wants to convey to you on what you should be doing to be over this person. So first of all, what's sticking out to me with the Hermit card and the Queen of Swords is that you have to get into some sort of mindfulness practice and be okay with being alone, processing your emotions. See, we have the isolation card here, the main picture, and we have very similar energies here. So you really have to do like a relationship autopsy, and much more than that, you have to take time alone to really, really examine what your biases are, what you've been thinking, and just relax. With that appreciation card, that's also what I'm saying. Specifically, it's like to pursue a hobby, like musical hobby, or it could be decorating for some people, art. Yeah, so you see, both of these figures are facing away from the Justice card. So while you may be upset and want to inflict justice on this person, get even, want to seek the truth, what Spirit is urging you to do instead is not to try to like find out information about this person, and instead to focus on yourself and in your own pursuits. And that would be like the best type of justice you could get, because when you're doing well, that other person would actually feel worse, since when we pour our attention and time and care into ourselves, that person feels our attention pulling away, right? And that's when they notice she has more going for her than I thought. So if you want some sort of revenge on this person, Spirit is conveying that the best revenge you could do is by focusing on yourself and glowing up here with the angel card. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm, and realizing that this relationship not working out was actually protection for you at that time in particular too. Exaltation is also giving me that glow up vibe, especially with the Taurus here and the Empress, being in your divine feminine energy, whichever gender you are. And also, interestingly, we have these two figures from different decks, and they're both holding their hands that way. So one of the messages I'm seeing for sure is to pray about it, is definitely like to have some sort of mindfulness or meditation practice. Notice how many cards we see of that. Taking time alone, praying, maybe even spending time with women, since we have all these female cards here, except this one. So make sure to spend time with female friends. Something about your heart, the way that you think about romance needs to change as well. So I want to see what that is. Can we get a clarifier from this deck here, please, Spirit? What needs to change? Okay, so, wow, okay. Flowers. One more, please, Spirit. What else needs to change? So we had these trying to come out. Let's see. Okay. Wow. All right. Heartache over what you no longer have, and success. Okay. So what needs to change about your thoughts regarding romance is that if someone has broken your heart and let go of you, it's actually for your better good, and there's going to be success later, because the universe or God is weeding out the person who would have made you miserable, right? Because if someone is your soulmate, or the person you're meant to be with, the person that would bring you happiness, they wouldn't have left your life, and they would have feelings for you, right? So if this hasn't worked out, sometimes your heart breaking is what is required for you to attain happiness later on and success. So you have to look at relationships in a different way, not as though every person that you meet next has to be your soulmate, but they're just someone you're getting to know and just trying out. Just look at it like, I'm just going to date. It's an experiment, and I'm going to feel fly and look beautiful. And I'm not going to approach it with, this is the one for me, the Ace of Cups, this romantic energy. I'm going to approach it with, do I feel happy in this moment? And see where it goes. So don't jump the gun. So something about the way you look at romance needs to change. And every time something doesn't work out, or someone doesn't reply to you, text you back, look at it as though you're moving one step closer to someone who is really good for you, because you're weeding out the person who's not meant for you. Okay, so with the Mystic here, it's interesting. We have the purple card. That's a card of royalty. I'm seeing that with the Empress and the Exaltation too. All these purple tones. It's a color of royalty. Yeah, a lot of purple hues. So with this, Spirit is trying to remind you that you have to know your worth. Know that you are like royalty, like a princess, and you deserve the best. So don't be afraid of having someone who's a full package. It doesn't mean that your standards are too high. It's very good to have high standards and to want to be spoiled and to really being catered to. I see Spirit here telling you like it's okay to dream big, but don't hone in on someone unless they're showing you great attention and you're having fun with them and you're really enjoying the process. Like, don't make that the focus. Just make dating the focus and enjoy the process as it goes. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing with this. The discovery here as well, like the Sagittarius card and the Queen of Swords. Just enjoy the process of discovery, of dating, of living day by day, and knowing what really makes you happy. It's not just an intimate relationship with someone who you think may be your soulmate, but about all the little things, all the little joys in your life. The Taurus card here. And the Empress card is also like a card of motherhood as well. So one of the other downloads I'm getting is, if you're looking for a soulmate, ask yourself, is this the type of person that you would want as like the father of your child, who would make a good father? It's a very specific message, but I'm seeing that as well. Like when you're deciding on whether you want to be with someone long term, right? Ask, would I be proud of having this person as my kid's father? Okay. And let's see what other messages came through from Spirit. I would explain, but you're not there. Wow. Okay. And damned if you don't, but damned if you do, just be true. Okay. And proud. Okay. So, wow, very synchronistic. So, another thing that Spirit is telling you is to be proud of your standards, to be proud of yourself. Don't feel like you're lesser than someone, because I do see this kind of like vulnerable energy emanating from you, where you may feel shy, out of your element, like you're not good enough. That is not the case. You should always present yourself as though you're proud of everything that you are, mistakes and all, flaws and all, that you are the bomb. And don't let anyone criticize you. Like, have really deep self-respect and appreciation for your style. Specifically also, I'm seeing a lot of stylish cards here. Like, don't let anyone tell you you can't dress that way, or you would look better if you lost weight, or if you dress this way and whatnot. You have to be organic to your style. And if someone's criticizing how you dress or something, that's specifically with this pile is what I'm seeing. That's their own problem. Be proud of how you present yourself and be true to your own vision of how you dress and how like you present yourself, because your soulmate would be attracted to the real you. So damned if you don't, but damned if you do, just be true. Yep, that's what it's saying here. Like, be uniquely you. Don't be afraid to shine, and don't be afraid that you're not going to be like hot enough for this person or whichever person that you're pursuing. There's someone out there for everyone, right? It's not about how you look. Energies need to mesh well too. It's about being genuine and that person being attracted to how you are genuinely. So if you're going to hide your true self, that person will fall in love with a version of you, not the real you. So you just have to do what is authentically you, right? So just be true. And I would explain, but you're not there. Okay. So this quote is one that I heard from someone who's passed on, like an old grandfather type of person. And he would say this quote often, like, you would understand me, but you're not like there at that position. So you need more life experience. That's what he was trying to convey with that. And this is what it's saying as well. Like, you need to experience and discover yourself with the Sagittarius card. So there are certain things that you have to learn with time, with experience. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to know anything this minute, or just by reading up on things doesn't mean you know it. So you have to get out there and experience life, and don't be afraid to hang out, ask questions of people. And it's okay if you make a mistake or two, because nobody really has it figured out. Some lucky people do, it seems, but most of it, it's a trial and error thing, and you shouldn't be so critical of yourself, is the message of this card in particular. So, that saying from like Maya Angelou, I think, like, when you know better, you do better, right? And sometimes to know better, you have to go through the hard thing, go through the difficulty, right? The discovery, Queen of Swords, to have your heart broken, maybe. So don't take it very heavy that you made that mistake, or whatever mistake you made. Every mistake is a chance for you to grow and learn something. So that is what that quote is showing. That sometimes you need to experience it to understand and to grow from it. Hearing, for example, that someone is toxic sometimes is not enough, right? You have to live through it and really digest the message for you to be like, okay, this person is toxic, and that's it. I'm cutting this person off. So that's what I'm feeling with this card too. Like, you might be tolerating toxic people, and people could be telling you that, and logically you understand that that is true, but you still can't bring yourself to do it. It's because you need time and experience, and you have to be comfortable with allowing yourself time and experience to get to that place. So you can't jump straight to that place. And you should stop blaming yourself if you're not getting there the next day or the next month, right? It's a process. Same with feeling bad and mourning this person's loss. You have to allow the process to happen and not criticize yourself. Oh, it's been months or it's been a year, whatnot. Every day you're learning something new and you're growing. So allow yourself to grow and to get to that place where this doesn't bother you anymore. So, Pile 2, these were the messages that Spirit was trying to convey to you. I hope that you take very good care of yourself, and I hope to see you again later. Please do like and subscribe to support the channel if you'd like that, and I'll see you later. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the third picture, which is that of the seal or sea lion. And with the seal, in most cases, like in Celtic mythology and such, seals symbolize innocence. And you notice how it has very deep emotional eyes, but it's actually also quite adaptable. Like it can stay underwater for up to 2 hours, and it also like gives birth on land. So it's quite a mutable, adaptable animal. So there's something otherworldly, psychic about seals. And it may be that you're a water sign. So one of the interpretations for why we may be getting this card as an explanation for why you're stuck on this person is that you're a very emotional and dreamy type of person. And maybe your imagination has run wild. Or this person was a future faker, right? And you bought into that because you're quite innocent and naive, or you were at that time. Not that that is a bad quality to be innocent, but you know, unfortunately, some of us have to get handed the rough end of the stick to learn that people don't always have our best intentions at heart. So those are the downloads I'm getting with this. And also the card that came out for you is the Gambler. Okay, as a clue on why you may be stuck on this person. So it says willingness to follow intuition. Wow, okay. So the seal we mentioned is a very intuitive card as well. It has psychic abilities. And even when others doubt you. And also shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay. So with this card, what I'm seeing is that you blindly followed or believed in this person. And perhaps that's what you're beating yourself up about. Like, how could I not see this? Or why did I blindly follow this person, right? Your innocence. It's almost like you're in disbelief as to why a person would take advantage of another in this manner. That's what I'm seeing with these two cards. But we're going to take a look at what the cards have to say. We're going to shuffle them and see on the left here, cards for why you're still stuck on this person, why you want this person who doesn't want you. And on the right, we'll have cards for any messages or advice that Spirit has for you to get over this challenge and to feel better and not be stuck on this person. So this process of pile picking will be sped up and we'll get straight into those messages. Let's get into it. Okay, pile 3, so your cards are ready. First off, we're going to take a look at why you can't seem to forget this person and you can't get over them at this point in time, why you're stuck on them. So let's see. We have the Strength card. Okay, Pioneer. Okay, the Empress. The Knight of Cups. Trust. Harmony. Protection. Vision. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Flirtation. Stability. Heart. Okay, Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift along with handshake. Okay. So pile 3, first off, it's very significant that we have these two cards coming out together. One says protection from a powerful friend and the other says protection. Wow, okay, so 2 protection cards. And I see that protective energy again with the Lamb here and the Strength card. So one of the first things that we can see clearly for why it's hard for you to get over this person is because you felt like they could be that person protecting you, or even your kids in some cases here. Like some of you watching this pile may have a kid or dreamt of having a child with this person, since we have these cards here. So something about you is actually quite vulnerable, no matter how tough you may look on the exterior. Something about you is very trusting, as we can see in this card. Like you're actually going through this life not as someone who's calculated, but as someone using their emotions psychically, intuitively. That's what I'm seeing with these 2 cards here, right? Because seals, they're joyful and they're actually quite innocent. They have these ocean deep eyes and they just exist peacefully. So here what I see is that you're someone that is not like used to being a calculating, cunning person, and perhaps you ran into trouble before with people. And so this was someone that you felt like you can open your heart to, you could open yourself to, and you trusted them. And this person violating this trust just really does not sit right with you, because you feel like you had an agreement with the handshake, right? And with the Diamond and the Vision, there are 2 interpretations for this card. One is that literally you wanted to be married so that you could have these children with this person. You saw this person as like the father of your kids or mother of your kids, whichever gender you're watching for. And with the Vision card here, it's like you could see this so clearly of how this person and you were meant to be, right, with the Diamond. And also you felt as though they appreciated you for the unique person that you were. They loved you and polished you up. Like they found you as a diamond in the rough and they polished you up with the heart there. They would appreciate qualities that no one else saw in you. But, you know, that may or may not be true, that this person saw it this way, but that was your understanding of it. And so you're stuck on this because you feel as though your intuition was off and you don't know what to believe anymore, right? Because this person was supposed to be your knight in shining armor, and they seem to appreciate the lovely, beautiful person that you are, right? We see these hearts here, heart, heart, diamond. And what I'm seeing is that finally things started making sense to you with the Harmony card here. Like everything was going as planned, synchronistically. Also seeing that with the flowers here as well. It's the download I'm getting. It just felt so right. Like the attraction was completely there, and it seemed like you would be good at cohabitating or living together. You could bounce ideas off of each other, and there was like a pureness to this love. Deep affection, it says. So, of course, since you shared so much, even this person, I see them actually, having deep emotion and affection for you as well. And there was like an unwritten rule that this person would take care of you. Maybe they even said it like, don't worry, I'll be there for you. I'll protect you from this. I see you allowed this person to set the tone of the relationship, and they really liked your feminine energy. This person came across as being highly masculine to you, and you thought that they would fight for you. So you saw this protection in this person potentially. And of course, it's very hard for you to trust people now because you gave your heart, and this person does not reciprocate that fully. But let's get some more clarifiers for this dog, this protection card, those two protection cards there. Can we get a clarifier, please, Spirit? Okay, so we got a few cards that came out. All right, so it says target. Wow, okay. Dog barking and dark man. Wow, look at that imagery. So what I'm seeing very clearly here is that this person that you loved turned from someone who was vowing to protect you, right? Even if it was not said expressly, but it was implied, into someone who was abusing you. So it's like, wait a minute, that stability has turned on its head. And how could you ruin this trust that I had in you, right? Like, how did I miscalculate this person? Because they were here, my protector, and then they became my abuser. So, yeah, your target was stability. You just wanted to go through things smoothly. You didn't want these hiccups, this abuse from this person. And what I'm seeing also is like a Jekyll and Hyde, perhaps, dynamic happened. From someone who was supposed to protect you, they became your abuser. So it's very like Jekyll and Hyde type of energy here. And of course, it's something that would make any of us stay stuck and wonder, like, what went wrong, right? So it's no surprise that you're in this energy right now, because you could see the chemistry was mutual. Two more cards for why you are also still stuck on this person, particularly for the diamond and the vision and the handshake. Okay, tell us, Spirit, please. Oh, drama. Yeah, saw that with the dog barking. Yeah, so this could resonate in a few different ways. Obviously, as it says with drama, like it started out lovely, very lighthearted, loving, and it turned into something toxic. So understandably, you're trying to pin down like where it went wrong, because it didn't start toxic at the outset. You're stuck at that part, like, did I make this go toxic? So I want to get a clarifier for the Knight of Cups there, next to the Empress. So why, Spirit? Okay, we have two cards that came out, Whale and February. Interestingly, killer whales are known to be predators and eat seals. So that's what I'm seeing with this person. They became your abuser. They turned from someone who was your protector, someone who swore to always be there for you and seemed a solid, stable, into someone who was toxic and trying to like hunt you, make you a prey. The Knight of Cups, like from a knight in shining armor to a predator. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, with this Empress card, what I'm seeing is like some innocent energy again, you know, like Our Lady of Guadalupe. She is the Virgin Mary, and we saw that with the innocence that it represents the seal in this card as well. So it's as though they took all your good intentions, and even though you mean well, you haven't cheated this person, you haven't deceived them, you haven't been deceitful or untrue. They started to like treat you like a barbarian, basically, and be a predatory person. And so, of course, that's hurtful. And it destabilized you, is what I see. And maybe you just don't understand like why this would turn sour in this way, right? So I want to get 2 cards for why this turned sour. Can we get 2 cards as clarifiers, please, Spirit? Why did this relationship turn sour? Maybe we'll answer that question for you. Okay, so we have Short Journey is the first card. And, okay, so one of the first interpretations I'm getting with that is this person's intention was never to have like a permanent relationship with you or with someone. And so this was planned from the outset. Like they have this honeymoon period for a short while. Major challenge to overcome. Okay. So those are giving us some clues as to why this person flipped on you, since that is what's holding you stuck on this person, right? Like, why? You're blindfolded. You don't know the reason why, since you were so kind to them. Why they would turn toxic, and after it seemed like it would work out and you guys would be together. Definitely all this love here and the harmony, stability turned into something really, really toxic. And look at that aggressive energy, like a lot of arguing here. Lots of arguing. So, yeah, this person never really intended to take things to the finish line, is what I'm seeing with this Short Journey card. And like it was always as though they were ready to budge. They weren't like all in, all invested in this thing. And with a mountain, major challenges to overcome. I want to see what that one is about. Exactly. Is it the distance? In some cases, that may also be the case. But, wow. Okay. So 2 cards popped out. And we have Principle. Yeah. The major challenge to overcome was like the differences in values, like day and night. You see, actually, your value systems were quite different. And we have the Revenge, the Vicious card over here. So it could also be that this person is like not a one-woman type of man, for example, since we have that imagery there. Or it could be that they're very drama-filled. You see with the drama card, that's echoing that. Like there's someone who is argumentative and they belittle you. So this wouldn't have worked out because they seem aggressive with the Mars energy here. So, you know, it takes 2 good characters to make a relationship work, besides effort, of course. So if you have someone who has a good character and the other partner does not, right, even with love, this situation wouldn't work out in the long term because their character and the way that they treat people, the way that they talk, for example, with the Mercury card, the way that they act, will slowly chip away at any love or any foundation that you may have set. So over time, things would have run their course, I see, because this person's character needs a lot of work, like anger management classes in many cases here. And they really need to be humbled. They really need to be humbled. That's what I'm seeing. And that's the major challenge to overcome. So we're also going to take a look at what messages Spirit wants to relay to you about the situation so you don't stay stuck for too long. Okay, and we'll also take a look at what phrases or quotes are coming through for this reading. I'm going to pick 3 from here. Okay, so these flew out. We'll take a look at these also. All right, so let's see. right, Father. Two of Swords. 10 of Swords. Very heavy card. One of Loss. The Wheel of Fortune. January. 9 of Pentacles. New beginnings. Okay, domination. Wow, interesting. Refuge, and the movements look the same. We have Dragon, beware of self-delusion, and Risk. Let's get one more card there. Okay, so several flew out. And this one, 6 of Swords. Okay. Okay, so pile 3. What's really interesting here, since we had the seal as like the spirit animal or the picture that came through for this pile, and I'm seeing the Father card here, which depicts caring for yourself. So notice how with the Father card and the Domination card, these are like opposite things, and that's what Spirit is telling you to do. So be with someone who's going to nurture you, who's going to make you feel like you're taken care of as the innocent person that you are, right? You need nurturing and care. You shouldn't be around a critical partner. I see you're very empathetic, very generous, and trusting. So you need someone who's not going to be predatory, and with the Domination card. So Spirit is telling you to steer clear of argumentative people. If you need to be with someone who's going to be protective over you, that is wonderful, and that should be pursued. Notice how they're treating you. If they're dominating over you and trying to be abusive, you need to stay away from that type of person with the Wheel of Fortune, right? So you have to notice the signs, notice the patterns. Maybe this abuse even started, from your father, for example. You learn that it's okay to be abused and taken advantage of because of your shoddy relationship with your father. That may not be the case for everyone watching this pile, but what it is saying for sure is that you have to identify those patterns of when someone truly cares for you and is there protecting you, or when someone looks to be strong and protective, but they're actually abusing you, right? There's a very noted difference here. They're both highly masculine energies, but one has toxic masculinity. Only one is a true protective one, the one that is also generous and soft-hearted, kind-hearted. But this one is someone who looks strong, confident, and over-empowering. But if there's an oppressive streak, then this is not a man. Roughness and rudeness to a partner has nothing to do with true masculinity. So another sign I'm also getting for some of you, very select few of you, is that you may need to visit a temple, church, mosque. So that may help you heal and talk to, confess your sins, if that helps, or find someone who is like a father figure or like a guidance person who could guide you and give you good advice spiritually. Yeah, because it seems to me for some of you, you may need a spiritual slant to this type of advice that you're dealing with, like a community. Also, what I'm seeing with the dragon, the dragon is like the most important sign of the Chinese zodiac. It's like a sign of initiatives, courage, determination. And what I'm seeing is for you to not tolerate BS. You see the fire and how protective she is of herself here with the Two of Swords. Like, no, I won't let anyone near my vicinity who has not got my best interest at heart. So if there's a risk, if this person might attack, I'm not going to let them in, right? instead of fending off the attack, I'm not even going to allow this person to come into my space and ruin my fulfillment, my happiness. So that's the type of mentality you need to have, because it looks to me like with this person, you would be drowning. With the Ten of Swords, it's a card of death, being hurt, defeated, with swords stuck on you. So say no to that and refuse to tolerate anyone that would be risky to you. What's really interesting is, like I said, with both these cards, reaching out for that. Reaching out for new opportunities, reaching out for new discoveries. So Spirit is definitely telling you to take on new challenges and learn new skills. Like one of the things I'm seeing here is perhaps like learn a new language or take an accounting course, or like a Photoshop course or something. So learn some new skill to take up your time instead of wasting your time having flashbacks of this person, right? You have to put a stop to it and say, enough is enough. It says, beware of self-delusion. Know that you're deluding yourself if you think that this person and you could work out, because the Ten of Swords, what I see Spirit warning you is that this person could bring about your demise in the spiritual sense. So you have to completely pull back. I really don't see any positive affirmative cards here for continuing your relationship or pursuing this person. With the New Beginnings card, also, I saw that energy here as well, like start something new. And with the Ice card here, I see you've closed up your heart and you're in a state of limbo. And it's time for you to depart from that kind of state. That's what Spirit is telling you here. And to be a constant kind of gardener, right? It's reminding me of that movie, The Constant Gardener, New Beginnings. In order to see something grow and maximize your healing and joy, you just have to keep watering your gardens, giving it the right ingredients day in and day out. And slowly over time, this coldness in your heart, this loss of trust will thaw. So that's what you need to thaw, this coldness that's in your heart, that's overtaking you. Like you've kind of lost your sense of self through this relationship. And so what you need to do is to commit to some practices which are good for you every day, consistently, however little you may do them. Like you could do it for 20 minutes a day. As long as you do it consistently, you're going to get results. So let's get a clarifier for what the New Beginnings card is about as well, just in case there's anything else Spirit wants to convey through that. So, okay. Oh, all right. We have wind chimes, peace and harmony. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be a time of peace and harmony, not of closing up your heart and stopping believing in love. Don't close your heart. And we had the bread card come out for that period of prosperity and abundance. Another message I'm getting is that you should be careful with what you're eating. You're not nurturing your body correctly. Maybe you've been eating a lot of junk. So you need to focus on like a more holistic diet or a well-rounded diet, because you haven't taken care of yourself very well. Yeah, so I'd also like to get a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles and the Refuge card here. Okay, so some cards flew out over here, and I'm going to take a look at which cards came through. Okay, so, wow, Peacock, beware of great pride, and it says finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Okay, so the problem of refuge, right? That was a problem that we saw here as well. So this is a problem that you want someone to like save your soul, so to speak. So you have to like learn who to trust and keep only the company of those who are actually trustworthy. Know how to know when someone is crossing the line and is in abusive territory. So you may want to read books about that. And another thing, it says, beware of great pride. So with this card, what I'm seeing is that not everything that is beautiful is gold, right? Not everything that shines is gold. So don't be fooled by how a person looks outwardly or how they present or how other people perceive them. Like there's some narcissists where other people might be like, wow, he's a nice guy, but they treat you or their family members like crap, right? And they're still a narcissist. So this is what that card is trying to say. So don't think that just because they are popular outwardly or that friends of theirs like them and they're nice to friends of theirs, that this person is actually a stand-up person and there's just something wrong with you. That's very important. What you should focus on is how this person treats you, right? And you should feel safe with the refuge card in this person's company and like you're getting as much as you're giving. Yeah, definitely. So don't look at what other people are saying about this person or their impression of this person only. Most importantly, how does this person treat you? Do they treat you with kindness? That's what Spirit is telling you to look out for, not for how they dress or your first impression of them or what other people think of them. How do they relate to you? And in dating, that's what Spirit is advising you to pay attention to. And let's see what other cards came through. So we had these cards as messages that came through. So let's see. Oh, okay. So these are homemade cards with quotes that I made up and some that I found online. And it says, walk with the wise and become wise, but associate with fools, get into trouble. Wow. That is really, really synchronistic and interesting that we got that card right after I was talking about this, right? Like just because you associate with someone, just because they associate with people who are seemingly winners at life, right, doesn't mean that they're a winner or that they treat other people nicely or other people have a good impression of them doesn't mean that they are that way. What matters is how this person treats their loved ones and you. And yeah, so associate with fools, get into trouble. That's what it's saying. Like sleep with there's a saying I think from Benjamin Franklin, like sleep with dogs and get up with fleas, like of course street dogs it's referring to, right? So be very careful who you get into an intimate relationship with, who you trust, who you make your refuge, your everything. And anger is a cloak for grief. Interesting that this landed right here with the Two of Swords. Look how angry she is. So if you're feeling anger at this time, which we could see with the dragon here, it's actually a cloak for grief. And also we had those vibes from this person, like they're very aggressive, and it's just that they're grieving something that happened in the past to them, not because of you. So this has nothing to do with you, and yes, they're taking it out on you, but you shouldn't be patient with that. Absolutely not, because you deserve better. And the more you tolerate shitty behavior without pulling back, the more this person will use you as a punching bag. So you have to set the standard. And think quality, okay? Couldn't put it better myself. Pursue someone whose values you can respect. Right, so quality and consistency, that's what I'm getting with this word in particular. Think quality. Pick friends and lovers who are honest and have an ethical code. And a quality person also is someone that may not necessarily share the same interests or hobbies as you, but they're still a quality person, a high value person, morally speaking. So that's what Spirit is telling you to focus on. Someone who's considerate, respectful, and caring. Someone who has good values, thinks about the repercussions of his actions, not someone who's going to, be rude and scream at you and then apologize, for example, right? Someone who thinks through before they act on things on impulse or hurt you. So think quality, a quality person, not about their hobbies. And focus instead on building your own hobbies, building your own life. So those are the messages that I'm seeing for you, pile 3. Let's get 2 more messages for what Spirit is saying for you, so that you could overcome this hurdle and get over this person faster. So let's see. Okay, so 3 cards came through, but we only need 2. So we have the 9 of Cups and we have the Tower. Okay, and want to get a clarifier for that Tower card there. Okay, so ooh, okay, bird perched. Okay, so with the Nine of Cups, right, notice how this lady, she's not noticing the squabble between the crab and the cat, right? So it's almost like the scambler here. Because of your innocence, your naivety, you just don't think in those terms of like people being users or abusive, right? But with this card, what I'm seeing is that Spirit is telling you to observe people and be more cunning in particular, right? Because there's something too innocent about you. And yeah, you have to learn the ways of the world, especially in terms of dating, right? With the bird perched. Know when you're a target and what to say, what not to say on dates. So you have to learn strategy. You can't lead with the heart or with your innocence and expect people to be nice to you necessarily. You have to definitely learn tricks of the trade and not give in too easily. Don't buy into their pretty words or facade. Look at their actions. You see the smoke? Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Notice those red flags. So you have to, it seems to me, like take courses on this. Or watch dating tutorials. Because so far it looks like you've just been this peaceful, innocent, loving creature, like almost like a hippie, right? You're not noticing some of the ways of the world. So you have to, yeah, top of these. You see the tower imagery here as well. You've been too innocent and believing in the wrong person, right? So you have to read as much as you can and gather as much knowledge as you can about the dating world to understand why certain people are targeted and why being innocent and well-meaning and naive in the dating game, for example, is totally wrong. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you see the Ten of Swords, like you're drowning here because it's about strategy. You have to guard your heart, protect your heart. Okay, and if you're angry right now, it's because you're grieving. You're grieving what happened to you and this loss of innocence that you had. So those are the messages that we got, Pile 3, from Spirit about what you need to do as well. And I hope that this was insightful. If you want to support the channel, please do hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you in another reading. Bye, Pile 3.